Welcome to the Creative Gardens here in Bushmills, where on this lovely sunny day we're showcasing the entire range of outdoor furniture on garden cooking. We are using a complete range from the Camina right through to the Morso and also the gas oven. And again, we're showcasing the variety of products that you can do, from baking bread, cooking pizza, lovely starters, the beginning of a meal, cooking up chicken and fish, desserts, warm and cold. In fact, just showing the total versatility of Morso. Now, the first one I'm going to start off with is we're going to cook some steaks, and we're just going to pop them on the grill pan over here. We've had these just marinating here in a little bit of teriyaki and balsamic, and then we'll just scatter a little bit of those over the top. I'm just going to take these, pop these onto your grill. Now I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil just over the top, and these will start to sizzle in no time at all. We're going to put just a few tomatoes with it. If you want, you can do these lovely simple things. This is part of the fun of cooking on this. It's a very sort of relaxed way of doing things. You can use the little vine tomatoes, a little bit of oil with the tomatoes. As well as that, I'm going to put a little bit of pesto. I'm going to serve these up quite quickly. I'm just going to lift these off. We're going to just take our little baby potatoes. This nice idea of communal living outdoors and everybody can help themselves. Just going to take our vine tomatoes, still on the little stalk. And again, you can be as creative as you want with this. A little bit more pesto, just over the top of the tomatoes. The next dish we're going to move on to is something that you can do with fish. First, if you fancy a nice piece of fish, is just to cook it up on something as simple as your little griddle pan that we have here. And again, I'm just going to juggle this around. I'm going to take the little pan, just going to pop it in for a few moments and just let it get nice and warm. This is summer salmon style teriyaki, but we're going to do it very, very simply, because the two main ingredients for this one are the soft brown sugar, and then over the top of that I'm going to coat it in a little bit of balsamic, and it's amazing the flavour that this will give you. And then we're going to pop it on our grill pan, and you can hear the sizzle on the plate, this nice marinade over the top. And we'll start it off at quite a nice high temperature up here, and we'll keep our eye on that and see how we go. I'm just going to take a little bit of spring onion, a little bit of asparagus, which I've just blanched a little bit. And then over the top of that, we can put a little bit of olives. You can spice all your vegetables up. We're just going to put a nice salad together, just as easy and as uncomplicated as you want it to be. A very colourful, simple little salad that's nothing too complicated. Now, the lovely thing about salmon or any fish is that it cooks so quickly and so easily, and look, you will be amazed at this. And even when you've taken your fish off, it will continue to cook a little bit. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of this over the top. There's a very quick idea using salmon. So we're going to take our pan, which again is a cast iron pan, a couple of ounces of butter and a couple of ounces of caster sugar. So I'm just going to pop that in here. Pick whatever fruits in season. These are flat peaches. You'll need enough to go around the side of your dish, probably about 5 or 6 or 7 maybe even. A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of caster sugar. As I say, the fun of this is you can do absolutely everything outside. Just going to pop those on. A little bit of sugar. You can put a little bit of cinnamon. If I made puff pastry, I would probably have about 6 to 8 ounces of fat mixed with the flour, and I've just mixed it with a little bit of water, and I'm now going to take this edge. Doesn't have to be made exactly, because the fun of this is you make it bigger than the size of the dish. Pastry over the top, flatten it out, and I'm going to pop this into the oven to cook. Now, it's quite a good idea cooking up something like this, just to keep the oven door open. Let me pop it in here. so you can keep your eye on the temperature. Over it goes. If it comes out in 10 pieces, then you change the name of it. But icing sugar is wonderful for things that tend to go wrong, but there you are. Sure, nobody would ever know that the bread was a little bit brown. And this one we're going to make is a fruit salad, and you can put into it at this time of the year whatever fruits you want. I'm going to make a nice syrup. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in it. We're going to put a little bit of water in. This one, just to make the syrup for our fruit salad. Here's our syrup for our fruit salad: sugar, water and elderflower. And then it's really whatever fruits you want to pop with this one. I'm going to put some pears. I'm going to add a little bit of bay leaf, which is an interesting thing. A little bit more elderflower. Just give another little dusting of sugar just to speed it along the way. And I'm going to start this one off on the gas barbecue, and then I'm going to move it over to this one but when we pop it back into the morceau, it's going to cook up and all the fruit will almost caramelize on top. So let's bring it back. Now you can see what's happening here with all your fruits. You can see they're all cracking on top, which is just what I want. And I'm going to pop this inside the morceau and just let it crack a little bit more. I'll bring this back, let you have a little look at it. All those lovely colours look really good. Something really nice for the summer, and the one that we're going to use is, it's a sun-dried tomato bread with that nice herb of basil, and we need some buttermilk, olive oil, and again we're using the morceau cast iron. Self-raising flour, it's a soda bread self-raising flour that I have in the bowl, and we've got a couple of ounces of porridge oats, so all good, healthy, hearty food here. The other ingredients in this are a little bit of olive oil, which we're going to add, a little bit of egg, which we're going to add. So in with the sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of olive oil going in. So in with the basil, loads of basil, a little bit of cheese, an egg going in. So now the buttermilk, and in it goes. So, and just mix it round. I've just lined the tin with a little bit of greaseproof paper simply because it's easier to get it out at the end. I've actually got enough here now for two, so I'm just going to do, and I'm going to just pop that in. I'm going to check the temperature and see how we are. One is sort of sourdough bread with pesto, topped with the roasted pears, the Parma ham, and also the other one is the one with the lovely strawberries, raspberries and blueberries. Full of all your antioxidants and all sorts of things, so we're going to pop those in. I'm going to put a little bit of elderflower with these, and I'm only going to poach these so gently, just for about a minute. These fruits, I can either pop them in here, I'm going to pop them on the gas one for a moment or two. Going to add the strawberries, going to move them in here, just using crusty bread. Going to put a little sprinkling of olive oil and the pears that have been roasting in the oven, just with a little bit of balsamic. And to say these pears were rather nice and ripe, we're just going to just trail this over the top like that. We've got some cheese. Got the right one. Any type of cheese that you fancy for this one. I'm going to take the berries out now. Now, as I say, you're in for a real treat because you're going to have the second one on top of pesto, which I hadn't planned to do, but I'm afraid I put it on top of it, so that's what we're going to have, and actually I think it would be really rather nice. These are ideas with crusty bread: strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, but we're going to put a little bit of yogurt on it. And again, all those nice juices that we have, just pour those over the top. And if you want, you can put a little bit of mozzarella, but I'm just going to top this with yogurt and garnish it with mint. Just going to put a little bit of icing sugar over the top. Now, I want to show you this quick little casserole. We decided we would do the pasta one, caprese pasta, to this one. was the lovely Thai chicken casserole, which is particularly nice at this time of the year. You could cook it up, the pasta, and we're using pasta pappardelle, which is one of my favourite pastas. The sauce that we're going to make with this one has a little bit of cream in it. It has parmesan, it has mozzarella. I'm going to put it with some smoked salmon, which is obviously smoked and cooked. We've also got a few shell prawns, which are already cooked. And this is only just going to heat through, either in the main morceau or on the gas one. I'm going to take a little bit of smoked salmon, and I'm just going to put this over the top. And I'm going to take this over, pop it on the heat for a moment. A few little spring onions, just over the top of this. What I want to show you is the last one we're going to do this afternoon, which is a pizza, which is really rather good fun. With the pizza, this can be a pizza oven as well, a pizza dough that we made earlier on. Now you can either roll it out, or you can do the Italian way, where you can have great fun and you can play about with it. And we're going to top this with whatever you want. I've given you a couple of ideas in the book on what you can put on top. But usually they're very basic, simple ideas. You start off with a nice sort of tomato sauce over the top of it. And if you make your own and cook it up with loads and loads of garlic, then all the better. Tiny little bit of olive oil. Going to take a little bit of pesto first of all. And I think the secret in making pizza is don't be scared to put lots and lots of flavour on them. Going to take little bits of spinach, scattered over the top, and then we'll pop it on our paddle. A little bit of cheese, mozzarella, whatever type of cheese you fancy. Nice melting cheese. Once we've got the temperature down, we're going to take this on the paddle. Some people like to leave it on the paddle and cook it on that and then take it off. Or you can slide it off and just slide it straight onto the base here. Leave this one to cook. Just showing the total versatility of morceau.